Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are getting ready for a solo date with Valentine's coming up. I was thinking how I wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, and I am single, and so I figured I might as well lean into that, embrace the single, and really celebrate self-love this year. I could do a Valentine. I did that last year. I did like a Valentine's thing, but I don't know. It's feeling real self-love this year. So that's what I am focused on. I will be getting ready you'll be getting ready with me, I should say. And we'll talk about just how to date yourself, solo dating, embracing your single season, all of those things. So we will kind of get into it. This is like, we'll see how hard this is to like talk and do makeup at the same time. So okay, so I'm starting off. I actually have, I use the Maybelline Fit Me, but this is my summer shade, so when you see it, it's gonna be very dark. So I'm gonna like underpaint and do like highlighter and stuff first to kind of balance it out. So anyway, so I always say there's like two ways to be like single, right? There's like the single in solitude, and then there's like single ready to mingle, right? So like there's like that single, but you kind of don't want to be single. You're like dating, you're actively like trying to not be single. And then there's that single, like whether it's on purpose or not, like even for me, it's on purpose, but it's that single and you want to like work on yourself and focus on yourself. And both are fine. Both are good. I feel like in my single season so far, I've kind of gone between both of those. I have been single for maybe over a year now. So a year and 3 months now, maybe 3 or 4 months. I've been officially single. But I don't know. Like I said, it was intentional. Like I figured I had always been in a relationship since I was like in high school. So I'm like, I've been in a relationship for like 15 years straight. I really need to like see what it's like to be by myself, to just enjoy my own company and not like need to be partnered. Even though I have come to the conclusion, I think sometimes people will like guilt you into thinking like you shouldn't feel the need or want to be partnered, or like that's desperate or something. But I heard someone said this, and I think it's very true. Like we are put on this world, we are on this earth in this world to be with other people. And it's nothing wrong with wanting to be with other people. And there's nothing wrong to want love. I think that's important. That's like the whole point of life. That's why we're here on this floating rock. So don't let anyone like guilt you into like wanting a relationship or wanting to not be single. But it's okay to be single too. It's like, it's a balance. But yeah, I think solo dating can apply to both camps of whether you're single ready to mingle or whether you're what's the word? Just single in solitude and just like single on purpose and focusing on you. And honestly, I mean, it's good for people who, I'm just blending this out so that it's not so harsh. I think it's good for people who are in relationships too, so that you don't get lost in your relationship, like just so like taken with the other person, or if you're like a parent, so you're just not like so like caught up with your kids all the time. Just having you time. So like solo dating can be seen as like you time. So that's how I'm thinking. So I think this video is for everyone, and this applies whether or not it's Valentine's Day or not. It just seemed really timely, so that's why I'm talking about it. But yeah, for me personally, I feel like I really need to take my single in solitude side of singleness more seriously, because like I said, I had been in a relationship since forever, and really need to learn who I am outside of the context of a relationship. But also I have been kind of dating still, and I'm like, so I'm saying I'm trying to work on myself, but I will say it is hard to like work on yourself but also be entertaining other people, or like focus on dating, or in a relationship. You can do it, but I think it's a whole different ball game when you really like shut all of that down and just you're in solitude and you're focusing on yourself. So I feel like going into 2024, I'm leaning more towards that single solitude side, versus before, when I first became single, I was still kind of open. I wasn't actively mingling, but I was open to love, like meeting new people, open to meeting new people. But I think now I really want to focus on myself and focus on God. I think that is very important. I'm going to that's like one of my goals for 2024 is to really take my relationship with Jesus and with God way more seriously. So yeah, I think that's my personal shift. But I think when it comes to solo dating, I think it can be fun because, one, you're just like being more intentional about the time you spend with yourself, or like focusing on yourself. So I think it can be easy because like if you like work from home, like you're by yourself all the time, or even when you take those moments for like self-care, that self-care is intentional time. But sometimes self-care, I think, gets boiled down to just maintenance. I consider that maintenance in a way. So self-care, when people say like go get a facial or go get your nails done and stuff, I consider that stuff beauty maintenance. And like going to like the nail salon, to me, I hate going to the nail salon. Like it is not relaxing to me. It's stressful to me. And then I'm bored and you can't really touch your phone. And I actually hate getting my nails done at the salon. So to me, that doesn't feel super intentional. It can be intentional to other people. It can be intentional to you, but to me, I think it's just really different when it's super intentional time, like just for the sake of self-improvement or getting to know yourself better, or like spending quality time with God. I think that's different than self-care. Another thing that I think is good about like solo dating for me, and this is kind of like a more shallow reason. Shallow, I mean, it's subjective, but for me, as someone who likes to dress, I think this is a great opportunity to put on your fancy clothes, like get dressed up. It's just, to me, this is fun. This is therapeutic. This is this is how I pour into myself. Like, it's fun to get dressed up and pretty, wherever your definition of dressed up and pretty is. But also it's like, look good, feel good. It can like really boost your mood. But there's also this saying that they say like that 80-20 rule, where it's like you wear 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. So this is like also an effort for me to like go in the closet and like pull out those like special occasion items or things you don't wear day to day, and like force yourself to wear it. And it's just, again, a practice of making your own moment, making your own special moments, and not waiting for a special moment, not waiting for an occasion to wear that nice dress or whatever. So it's like multi-layered. It's like making yourself feel good, doing it for yourself, not waiting for a special occasion, and all those things. I just have like way too much foundation on my hand. I don't need all this. I do like when you do this technique, when you're like underpainting and you're using mostly you're using a lot of concealer, then I find that you don't use that much foundation, at least for me. I kind of like that light vibe. I'm gonna take this extra and just kind of like do my nose. What else? I have my notes here. Oh, it's also, I think, fun, at least in my opinion, like I said, because getting dressed up and making your own special moments, like forcing yourself to shop your closet and wear the stuff you have that you love. It also gives you a chance to like experiment with different looks. You can kind of like play with your makeup, try a different makeup look, and it's like low stakes because you're not like trying a new makeup look and then you have a date with somebody, or like you got to go to an event or brunch with your friend or something. It's just for you, so you can kind of play with different eyeshadows, play with different outfits, and then when the time comes around, you know, you got some more things in your repertoire. You know how to create different looks because you've kind of practiced on yourself with yourself. But then also when it comes to solo dating, how I think it can be kind of like good practice for when you do want to take dating more seriously again, looking for the one. I think it's also a good practice to like show people, or show, like, it's reinforcing to yourself like how you want to be treated. So when you do come across a person, you know, you're not going to just take any old treatment. Like, you know what your standards are. Like, you're not going to accept anything less from somebody that you can't do for yourself. So I think that's also just, again, a great practice to consider and to reinforce in our subconscious, just our standards for ourselves. Oh, another point here is before you get into a relationship with someone else, I think it's also like good, or even if you're currently in a relationship, again, this goes for romantic relationships, all types of relationships. If you're a parent and, you know, you have children, I think solo dates are just a good way to pour into yourself, because then it makes you a better partner. It makes you a better mother, friend, sister, daughter, whoever, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you're making sure that you fill up your own cup, then you show up better for the people in your life anyway. So that's another great like positive of just like taking yourself out on a date. There's no need to feel guilty for it, because it's a win-win all the way around, because you're helping yourself, but then you're helping other people also, indirectly, inadvertently. So don't think of it as selfish or something to be guilty about, or like you need to be doing something else. Like, you need this so that you don't burn out, because burnout is super real. Burnout is super real. As someone who has been through 20 years of schooling, I know what it feels to be burned out, at least in the context of like academia. And there's all different types of burnout. Another thing to consider, if you are single and ready to mingle, I think it's important to also just like use this time as a solo date as an effort to like focus on yourself, because oftentimes it sounds super cliche, but I can say like I've seen this happen in my life, where the moment you're not like actively looking for something, that's when it like comes to you. You know, when you take all the pressure off, or when you're like genuinely like focused on yourself, then like it pops up out of nowhere when you least expect it. And it also like just gets you ready for your person, which I think is so important. That's something that I've been like really honing in on in this season for myself, even outside of the context of just relationships, but just putting yourself in position. I think I was listening to a sermon or something where that really like stood out to me as like a takeaway of like putting yourself in position, like meeting the moment, like being prepared for when that opportunity does arrive. You're already prepared for it. You already are the right candidate, can like have all the tools to like really execute on and be successful when that opportunity presents itself. And again, that's not even with just relationships, that's in life in general. So like embracing your single season, dating yourself, self-improvement, pouring into yourself, all the things that you can call it, I think it actually is getting you closer to what you want, if what you desire is to be in a relationship. Because like I said, it'll like kind of meet you when you least expect it, and also it just gets you ready and puts you in position for when it comes. Yeah. But now that we've kind of like touched on all of the benefits of solo dating, embracing your single season, we can kind of like run through some solo date ideas. So this can vary from person to person. I think you should really prioritize things that you genuinely like, and not just do things because that's what a YouTube video tells you, or because that's what society tells you, or an article or something. I think you should genuinely like think about what you genuinely like to do, like a date that you would genuinely like to go on, and not just because it sounds cute, you know? And like make it special. I mean, it can be small solo dates, but I don't know, when I think of solo dates, I think of like something a little more special than the norm. So I think one that's like really common, it's like easy threshold, is like go to the movies, which is fun and cool. I've done that before. Like I saw that new Avatar, like the second Avatar movie, I like saw that by myself on like New Year's Eve. I was not even like, what's the word? I wasn't partying. I wasn't even with family. I was like by myself, just really enjoying my own company, like thoroughly. And I enjoyed that time because I was like, that was last New Year's Eve, and I was like really fresh to the whole like self-love thing. I'm like, okay, I want to bring in the new year just like with myself, and like spending time with myself, and yeah, like not turning up, not with other people, or just doing what I want to do. Like, because 9 times out of 10, like, you can say, I want to go to the movies on New Year's Eve, and people are like, no, I don't want to do that. But it's like, at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, you should do it. And that's what I did. And I had a great time. I was super happy with myself. So like the movies is a good one. But for me personally, I do feel like I would do that regardless. Like I went like even in the summertime, I don't know if y'all remember that Jordan Peele movie called Nope. Went and saw that by myself. So like, that's kind of like easy for me. And doesn't feel like too special, but that's always an option. Another cliche one is like a spa situation. Again, that one, I would do that, but I wouldn't, that again, not for me in terms of what I would do for my solo date, because I kind of consider spa things, like I said, it's like more self-care and like beauty maintenance. So like I recently like just got a massage randomly on Monday, or earlier this week I should say, but what's it called? I don't know. It didn't feel like special. Like it just seemed like a regular occurrence. Like I don't know. It felt more like self-care. It didn't seem like like I'm romanticizing this moment. It didn't seem like I was pouring into myself. It felt like my body's breaking down, I need a tune-up type of vibe. Like this is just maintenance. This isn't the extra oomph for me. And for other people, that might be your extra oomph. So that's an idea for sure. But I like facials and massages. Like I try to incorporate that into my regular routine. So I don't consider that necessarily like special for a date for myself, but that's an idea. Another idea, which is up my alley because I like to eat and I like to try different restaurants, is going out to dinner. And that's really breakfast, lunch, or dinner, like taking yourself out to a nice meal. And for me, I like fine dining. So like trying a new restaurant I haven't tried and it's like a nice restaurant, that is my vibe. That is fun to me. That is really enjoyable. And for some people that might seem real basic, or something they do all the time. So it goes either way. It really depends on you as a person. But that is what I plan on doing. Like, I'm excited to go take myself out to eat. There are other ones that, like, again, if that's your thing, like being out in nature, go for a walk in the park, go for a hike. I'm not a nature girl. So that would kind of irritate, because I don't like bugs. So that would not be relaxing to me. That would not be romantic in any sense of the word. At all. But those are options. You can go to a cafe, a bookstore type of thing, if that's your vibe. Like, whatever is like fun to you, like whatever is genuinely fun to you. And I think, so if like reading is your thing and like trying out a new book or like sipping on a latte, then definitely do that. But also, it's like something to consider when solo dating is like, you should kind of treat it like a real date. So like whatever would be fun for a real date with, if it was with someone else, I think that's something you should do for yourself and romanticize it for yourself. But for me, it's big for it to feel different from my day to day. So like, if you are used to working at a cafe, like doing remote work and posting up at a cafe, that to me feels like work. You know, that doesn't feel relaxing. Unless, I mean, it can be therapeutic, or if you're getting stuff done, you feel productive, that's a good feeling, all of that. But that seems more common. So just think about things, again, that are just elevated, special to you. I think that really makes the difference. And the last idea I'll give, and then I'm gonna finish up this makeup, is maybe even going on a solo trip. That's like that next level, like scary type of like putting yourself out there. It's one thing to go to the movies by yourself or dinner by yourself, but like a whole nother city, state, or country, that's a big deal. I really want to get into that. I have to like stop being a baby about it, but solo travel, or even like, I think I will do this if the opportunity presents itself, like going to a concert or like doing something that you would want to do, but maybe somebody else doesn't want to do, but you're sitting on your bucket list, and that's something that would be fun and out there for you. Do it by yourself. Like, don't wait around. It's kind of like with the clothing thing. Like, don't wait for the moment. Like, create the moment. And so, yeah, I'm gonna finish up the brows and everything. Well, I'll do the brows last. I'll do the lip now. I'll try to do a little bit of brows. It's just hard to get it in this camera. I'm gonna do the lips, and then I'll do the brows and eyes and stuff off camera, and we will snap back, and we're gonna get all the way dressed, hair, outfit, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, so I went and I finished my makeup. No lashes because I don't feel like fooling with lashes today. Or I haven't really felt like fooling with lashes in general lately, but whatever. I feel like I like nice lashes, so I just throw some mascara on and it's fine. But this is the look. It's like sexy, classic, simple. It's like all the things wrapped up into one. Like, you can never go wrong with a little black dress. And I put these shoes on because I do not wear these shoes a lot anymore, because they hurt after a while. But I figured I would throw them on with this look, one, because it goes with the look, but two, also because it's just me. And so I'm gonna like carry an extra pair of shoes in my car, and I can switch out if my feet get hurt. So I usually can't do that with and if I'm in an event or on a real date with someone else. So I'm like, oh, there's an opportunity to like wear these shoes, and it's low stakes because if my feet start to hurt, I have a backup pair of shoes, no biggie. And then also, yeah, it just goes with the look. I just love that strappy look. I love this vibe in general, like a strappy heel sandal and like a slinky dress, and it's like a little drapey, especially for those of us who have like minimal curves. It like hugs in the right places and it still looks very flattering on everyone. So I like it. I just threw some curls in my head and like put it up in a clip. Um, and I know this seems like a little extra just for me, but I'm extra. I'm a very extra person, so I don't mind it at all. I like it. I think it looks cute. And I just have on some earrings. I love hoops. You'll always, like 99% of the time, see me wearing hoops. Dang, I wanted a necklace. I'll see if I can find a necklace in my purse, but it's not a big deal if I don't have a necklace. But yeah, this is the look. I'm about to go like put some other accessories with it. Well, I have a coat and a purse and stuff, so we'll get into that. Okay, also I'm adding a little perfume because a look isn't complete without the smell good. So we're gonna drench ourselves in this, spray it all over our hair. Beautiful. Restaurant all by myself, and I feel fine. I'm used to doing things by myself, but it's weird because I'm like all dressed up and I'm by myself, and I feel like I'm getting like weird looks, but I kind of don't care, and I'm like extra anyway, so I'm used to getting looks for just being extra in general. So it's like, okay, I like it. I invite it. Like, I don't care. Now I think I'm gonna start writing my love letter to myself. And then I also have my Bible here, just in case I want to read a little, spend some time with God. I think that'll be really fun and cute and peaceful. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I will let you know when the food gets out. Cheers. I'm in the middle of writing my love letter, and I'm at a window, and this guy like comes up to the window, knocks on the window, and it's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you single?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I have your number?" Through the window. I think he was looking back, like trying to see if he was gonna come into the restaurant. I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." And wished him well and wished him on his merry way. Aww. This is crazy. This is like, this energy is like magnetizing, I guess. But okay, more to come. dip it in the jus, the anjou with truffle fries. So I am very excited. I'm about to dig in. The appetizer was really good. I'm not even gonna lie, it was really good. I like devoured it. I was kind of hungry. I was a little hungry. So I'm gonna work on this. He's supposed to bring me out some sauces for this. I'm gonna take a couple pictures. But I wanted to check in because I had found myself on my phone, just watching YouTube videos. And I was doing that earlier today, and I do that in general. I love YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. But I was like, you know what? Let me put the phone down, be present with myself, and be present in this moment. I can be on the phone at home, but you're here, so let's take in this experience. Thank you. Let's take in this experience and enjoy it and cherish it. So I'm gonna try to make a rule to not be on my phone, especially not YouTube, stuff that I can go do when I'm at home and I can decompress. But if someone calls, sure, I can take that call or something. But yeah, let me tune this out and tune back in to what I'm doing. And I don't know, I think that's a good rule in general to treat this like a real date. I wouldn't be watching a YouTube video on my phone on a real date. So I shouldn't do that with myself either. So I am about to dig in. Again, I'm gonna pray and dig in, and we're gonna see how this goes.